sooner or later, you will need to go to a hospital. I'm sorry to tell you that. Whatever they do in virtual, you are still gonna go to the hospital. And if you go to the hospital, are you safe or at risk? Hospitals are, in reality, is a very dangerous place to go to. It is sometimes looks like marriage. You need to go to, but it can be dangerous. In reality, what we feel in hospitals is infections. I personally, an infectious disease consultant, I took care of Corona. COVID was my love until I got it. So I slept with the enemy. And then I went to the ICU. I stayed in ICU for 28 days. I couldn't breathe. I faced death. It made me better. I lost 66 kilos. So, always there is a benefit of your tragedy, right? So, in ICU, the most important thing that I was worried about is I will get what I fight. So I already got COVID. I did not want to get multi-drug resistant because it's the thing that I used to fight in ICU. A patient will go with a lab coli, simple lab coli. He will go into ICU. He will come out of the hospital with multi-drug resistant. So infection is all around us. So this is why safety comes first. And in reality, studies have been shown that 2% at least of patients who comes into the hospital will leave with a new infection. You will leave with a new bug that will live with you. And this can get complicated. You can get in ICU. I am sure that the great Prince Shahput Center will be worried about infection. And this is their field. Day and night. He said a couple of times, I listened to him, he said at least 3 times we are a busy hospital. Busy hospital. Busy hospital. It means humans. It means bugs. Hands everywhere in the wall. You can see it. In a hospital, we do a lot of things. We do different procedures, we have lines, we have procedures, and we have our great bugs. In the same time, we try to do our best for prevention. We use gloves, we do hand hygiene. How many times you wish to tell the physician and the nurse, please wash your hand? So, at least we do campaigns to wash the hands. Still humans forget to wash their hands. We are humans. So we do everything possible to prevent a hospital-acquired infection. It's a nightmare. Every hospital, we break the great KPIs for any hospital is to be looking at hospital-acquired infection because this is against you, right? So in reality, we do a lot of procedures to decrease hospital-acquired infection, including hand hygiene, antiseptic technique, injection of safety, equipment, single-use device, try to be as much as multi-use devices, but still infections will be there. So in a multi-center study that was a comprehensive looking at more than 11 hospitals in Australia, even with the best cleaning that human can do, we still need another touch. So people, when they leave the room, we still send humans to clean the room. And this cleaning the room, whatever we do, the best we can, we still get the human touch. Maybe he is overwhelmed. Maybe he has a family problem and you are depending on him. So people use an extra, because we worry about human life, they used extra measures to do it. And it have been between UV light and it have been with fumigation. Just to add an extra thing for us to clean the walls and everywhere else. But barriers. Number one, and everyone will understand me, is the confusion between nursing, environment staff, and the people who are dealing with infection control. You know, infection control people are not the people that hospital like. Everyone hates them. They will always find their problems, okay? They just don't like them at all. So they will tell them, we have a patient, move on, and the others will tell them, wait, make sure that it's clean. Insufficient training. Sometimes the cleaning staff is changed every once in a while, and they lose experience. We have inadequate time for cleaning, especially if we say busy hospital. You want bed out, bed in, everyone will keep on calling. If infection control said, please make 1 hour, no, forget it, 30 minutes. It's just clean it, get out, put a new patient in. It's inappropriate, different solutions. Sometimes it will be difficult. It's difficulty of ensuring disinfection of mobile equipment. It's contamination of reasonable cleaning supplies in different solutions. This is all are barriers for good cleaning. Can I ask any of you which equipment, if you are a human being going to a hospital, you think that the hospital is, this equipment is the worst that have bugs in it? Huh? Who says stethoscope? Please, everyone, put a hand for her. Stethoscope. This was evidence-based. It is reality. Out of everything you see in the picture, bugs can be everywhere. Everywhere in this equipment. People will touch. Everywhere. You can see bugs in it. But reality, based on evidence, stethoscope is the worst. So next time, you will tell the physician or the nurse, please wash your hand. Please clean the stethoscope. Because your enemy is coming from somewhere else. Okay, you are taking care of something, and it's another thing. It's the reflux hammer that you are so happy that the physician did it for you, right? And you like this one. Amazing, you get it from there. You get it from the where bugs will always surprise you. This is why usually we want to make sure that we clean our equipment well, and we do that. Every one of you knows that there is a very good evidence about cleaning equipment with UV light. It has been evidence since ages. The latest I got from 2021, out of 118 equipment have been cleaned by UV light. It has been shown very effectively going down, the bugs will go down to the amount of a normal flora. So UV radiation have been used in so many, in a cluster in Denmark and Sweden of more than 21,000 patients. Using UV light to clean the rooms have been really significantly decreasing all your multi-drug resistant organism more than 30%. So there is a very good evidence about it being used, but the problem is the equipment. So what do we use usually after being approved by CDC and the World Health Organization to use UV light in cleaning the rooms and doing disinfection for it, because you want to live healthy, is we use big equipment. You are either between doing fumigation, still human, you get out a person, and then you start with another person going in, fumigating. This will take, at least in an ICU room, will take around 2 hours until it's ready and clean. And then you either do UV light, which is usually a big machine. People will put it in the middle of the room and waiting for it to take care of it. But what I'm going to show you now and introduce to you is the next generation. It's continuous and safe. Everyone worries about UV light because it can cause keratitis if you get exposed to it, or skin cancer. But our next generation, really what I found wonderful, is the new technology of UV 222 technology, which you can find also in the booth. It have been evaluated for more than 6 studies, very safe and very efficient and very effective. And this is a small video to show you going with a UV light, exposing, this is day 1, I hope the video will work, and a control. And you can see day after day, this UV light machine will be continuously on the agar plates, and it shows you the difference between a control and a UV light. So this is a continuous UV light in the ICU room, in everywhere, that will continuously have disinfection in that room without removing the patient out. And so we need to evaluate the effectiveness and safety. So I showed you its effectiveness, and now I'm going to speak about safety. UV light, usually the 222, it has been evaluated in so many studies, exposing it continuously on skin to show that it does not increase the chance of skin cancer. What you were fear about is the 260 and above. Those ones are the ones that we were worried that it will affect the eye. This have been evaluated in so many studies about the eye and the skin, and it is totally safe, so it can be done in ICU for small babies. We applied it in my hospital in the ICU area. Every baby with a room, especially if he's multi-drug resistant, he will have this machine on top of it. It is a small one, but it can be exposing to a certain room area that the engineers will accommodate. And it has been used in Denmark significantly because it is an innovation from a country that deals a lot with safety. They have been using it in COVID, in so many hospitals, in the respiratory ward, in every ICU. They have been using it in the OR and in the lab and in the ambulances. And they have evidence for continuous exposure of UV light, doing a continuous cleaning rather than intermittent, rather than having your in and out. This is something that will give you continuous disinfectant. We all know, if we want to get better, if you want to lose weight, if you want to become good in exercise, it is not what you do as intermittently, it what you do continuously. So continuous have much better outcome than intermittent. I hope that I have given you the next future for disinfection. And thank you.